Support the work of Strike 7 Sports by heading to fanatics.com and purchasing officially licensed gear from the NFL, the NBA, and more. Each purchase made through the text link below goes into the funding of the Strike 7 Sports brand. To proceed, go to the link strike7sports.com/fanatics. I say again, strike7sports.com/fanatics. Thank you. Yo, what's up? This your boy, Derek Brich of strike7sports.com. This is an episode of Strike 7 Sports Podcast. I'm joined by my co-host, Brian Potter. Yo, to see Barry back. But tonight we're just going to talk about real quick NBA content. And some of this came across my feed. Something I've been noticing over these last few days, and I'm starting to see. Well, I already knew it, but I think people starting to see this guy's importance to the team and what he means. And that person I'm talking about is Warriors forward Draymond Green. He has been out recovering from an injury they suffered a while back, and with him not in the lineup, his presence in the lineup, the Warriors are just not that team. They're just not that team that we all know, we all come to know over the years. Team that can be deadly from the 3-point range. That team that's well put together. Team that moves like a well-oiled machine. But without Draymond Green in that lineup, it's just not the same. They were on a 5-game losing streak. They had that Saturday night game against the Lakers. They had them beat. LeBron came from behind, had a Herculean effort, 56 points. But LeBron is out right now. We're gonna elaborate more on that in a second. But I just want to ask you, talk about the importance of having Draymond Green on this team. And even if he comes back, the Warriors have dipped to third place in the West, behind the Memphis Grizzlies. Do you think they're a team that could potentially go home early once the playoffs start?
Yeah. They get the wrong matchup. I could see them losing the first round. Think about it. The Warriors, a lot of people thought I had picked them. I thought they were going to win the title. But this team just is a shell of itself. One thing is Draymond Green is out. So when he comes back, that's obviously a difference maker. But if he's not anything like his usual self, that's going to be a problem. But even if he is, if they play the T-Wolves, that to me is a 7-game series. I could not go in 7. I could even go in 6, and if it goes to 6, I think the T-Wolves can win. So the West, while it hasn't been strong as it's been in recent years, it's still pretty good. And if you we're talking about matchups, if the T-Wolves end up being a difficult matchup, they could beat the Warriors.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I look at the standings right now. I think the 6th seed plays the 3rd seed. I think so. That would be like Denver.
Oh yeah.
Denver. That's a dangerous matchup, man. That's dangerous, man. I watched the Pelicans Nuggets game on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And man, Jokic just went off, man. Like it's like a buzzsaw, and the Pels could not do nothing to stop him. And that could be a difficult matchup if they play Golden State once the playoffs start. But Draymond Green is important to this team, man. The people, a lot of people, quick to get at Draymond Green and his lack of shooting and him not being what they think he should be, like a Charles Barkley. But he provides so much value to this team, man. So much value, so much things, so many intangibles that it's just not even funny. It's just a team. It's just not the same without him. It just don't have that juice that it has, despite having a guy like Steph Curry on it. You know what I'm saying? And Klay Thompson, man, is a big one. That's a big factor right there. That Klay Thompson is still not right to hamper them once the playoffs start. And I think if he was if he would have got like at least 18, 20 points, 25 points in that game, I think the Warriors will win it. Would have beat the Lakers. But I think Wiseman is coming back, so I think that can help as well. But who knows how he's going to look. Guys, defenders, that's going to help out. But man, That's a chance they can go out early. They can go out early, man, if they get the wrong matchup. If they'll get the wrong matchup, Clay Thompson doesn't chip in enough with the contributions. Draymond Green's not himself. This team could go out early, man. That's with a Steph Curry on it. Steph Curry can only do so much. You got Andrew Wiggins there, but he's a guy that could disappear in big games. We've saw that in the past. You guys like Jordan Poole to step up and going forward. But it's a team that could go out early in the playoffs, man. It's a potential. There's potential to go out early, but we'll find out. Anyways, man, it's time for our usual Lakers LeBron update. Um, man, the sky just falling on the Lakers, man. It's just not. This is not what I thought the Lakers would have been with LeBron James at the helm here. The team is in playing game territory once again for the second year in a row. Second year in a row, just battling injuries. But I want to talk about this injury right here. So after the 56-point output against the Golden State Warriors, it's reported that LeBron experienced, I think, soreness in his knee, significant soreness in his knees, if I'm not mistaken, and they shut him down for a few days. And while he's out now, I think the Lakers have lost against the San Antonio Spurs on Monday, and they're losing tonight against a team that's not even in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go check and see, man. I saw the score at the time.
They lost 139 to 130.
Yeah, 139 to the Houston Rockets, man. A team that's not even in the play-in playoff game conversation right now. Lost by 9 points. So, do you think it's time to shut LeBron down, man? I listened to Jason Smith on 92.9 today. He was just like making the jokes about it, and he was just saying, he laughed about it. He was saying he just shutting it down. He was just like, that 56 points was just to show y'all that, hey, you can still do this, but I'm going to go chill out for a little bit and send me to Cleveland next year. And I just kind of just laugh at it, man. But what you think they should shut him down now?
I think they shouldn't until they're eliminated. I don't think that would be fair to the other guys, so I don't think they should. But if they did, I wouldn't be against it. Let's put it.
You wouldn't be against it?
No. The season, they're not going anywhere this season, so.
You don't think they're going anywhere?
No.
Man, if they could get AD healthy, man, if they get AD healthy, and then let's say they get somebody like a freaking, who's the 2 seed? Memphis?
Yeah.
What if they get Memphis in that first round, man? And Memphis they ain't been there yet. Man, it's upset Central, man. I don't know.
The only way that would happen if Memphis gets all the way to the number 1 seed, and that isn't happening.
Yeah, nah. But I think, man, you should. It depends on what the Lakers want, what LeBron wants to do, man. If he feels that if this team is not gonna compete going forward, he wants to go higher than that and be more in a better position to compete for a playoff spot, to be in it for a championship, then maybe he should set it down. I wouldn't be surprised, but I think they got to drop a few more games before they can shut it down. A few more games before he can call himself, before he can shut down his season. And I think if they go into the play-in tournament, I think they're the favorites. I'll consider them to be the favorites over who you got in New Orleans. You got the Timberwolves, San Antonio. I think they would be the favorites. They'd be the favorites right now. You got the Clippers. Oh wait, you got the Clippers, the Timberwolves, the Pelicans, and Lakers. If Kawhi comes back, Kawhi and Paul George, that changes things a lot, man. It does, and that's for the Grizzlies as well. Any thoughts?
I agree with most of what you said.
Yeah, man. So I think they should try to keep going, man. Try to keep going. I think Frank Vogel will be fired after this season, and I
Yeah.
think go up.
Yeah, I'm fine if they do that, but Rob Palinka needs to go too. Kurt Rambis needs to go too. Just clean a house if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna look at that Phoenix Suns coaching staff to find a new head coach. I think they're gonna look at that staff, see what they have. If Green was still there, Willie Green was still there, he'd probably be the Lakers head coach. I don't know. I'm not sure though. But that's what they're probably gonna look at for a new head
You know,
coach.
you know who I think they should hire?
Who?
Kenny Atkinson.
Kenny. Mm-hmm. Then Kyrie and Durant got him fired.
But let me tell, yeah, but let me tell you why. He's a really good. He's really underrated. He's a good development coach. So if this thing doesn't work and you blow it up, then you can get into a rebuild. But I think he understands the modern NBA. He's like the Warrior took him from the Clippers because they felt like he's a really good asset. So that's who I would go. Some people want Phil Jackson to come back. That's not happening.
No, Phil Jackson's too old, man.
He's too old. But that's who I would like to see get a shot.
Yeah, especially with LeBron around and what he said. I don't know if that's gonna jive too well, but we'll see. Real quick, the Russell Westbrook situation was that Russell Westbrook Skip Bayless beef. Do you think that's kind of out of bounds right there with the name calling and the death threats? Well, I want to say the death threats, but Skip Bayless angle.
I don't think it's out of bounds. I wouldn't do it. But think about it. Think about why they're doing it. They're doing it because you're not playing well and you're showing you can't shoot. If you were, or you're not winning for the most part. If you were winning and obviously I'm not sure if you'd still be able to shoot. But if you were winning, it would change everything. But
Yeah.
because that it's part of the problem. So when you win, you silence your haters. So when you lose, they come out in full force. It's just simple as that.
Yeah, I agree. If you was you was like sixth, fifth, fourth seed up in the West, you're winning games, this wouldn't even be an issue. It's just unfortunate it happened, and this is the day and age that we're in right now, where I would say journalists, TV, sports talk, radio guys, sports talk show hosts. You just gotta tread that water, tread that line of where you may cross it because you got the families, they're watching these shows now. They on social media, they listen to everything as well. They look at the tweets, they look at Facebook and all this other stuff, and they take note of the stuff. And we saw how it happened with Stephen A. Smith and Mama Durant. You saw that went down. But I think
Yeah.
they're cool now though. But you get the point. But it just you gotta watch that stuff, man. The death threat thing, that's just out of line right there, man. That's just out of bounds right there. But other than that, the criticism from the media, man, that's been happening for years, man. That's just the nicknames. That's been going on forever. You just go out and shut them up. And prove them wrong. Russ is just unfortunately right now, man. He's just going through a tough time with this team. And hopefully after the season, he can go move to somewhere else, man. He can go play for somebody else, man. And I don't know, finish out the rest of his career. Do you think he still could be a piece to help somebody out,
Uh,
like a third option or fourth option now, or he's Berlin?
but he could. But he needs to. It starts with looking yourself in the mirror and have some self-awareness. But yeah, I think he can. Look, I think I wouldn't mind him back next year with the right amount of pieces. He may have to come off the bench, but he'll have to change his attitude, in my opinion, first for it to work.
I agree. I mean, but at $44 million, man, on the bench, bro, I don't know about all that. I don't know, man. I think I could get somebody better than paying him $44 million, man. That's just me,
You're
man.
probably right, but if you can't, I'm not a fan of them. I don't know. Maybe if you feel like he's that big of a distraction, I'd rather, if you're gonna cut him, I'm fine with that. I don't want them to waive and stretch because that affects you long term. But if you just cut him 1 year, then you deal with the big cap hit and take it from there. But we'll see.
All right, that's all we have for y'all for right now, man. Give us a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let us know how you feel. Listen to this through Apple, Spotify. Give us a 5-star rating. Leave a review. Let us know your thoughts on these conversations, these topics that we talked about. Also, check out strike7sports.com for latest content on NFL, the NBA, and much more. Have a blessed night. Peace. We out.